117-95 on the Lakers' home floor. Even as someone who expected Minnesota to be a tough matchup for the Lakers, I was not expecting this in Game 1. The other guys were a big difference, though. Jaden McDaniels, 11 of 13 from the field, 25 points. Then you got Naz Reid scoring 23 points while shooting 8 of 12 from the field. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, Hachimura, Finney Smith, and Gabe Vincent only combined for 15 points, their main role players. And in my preview video, I mentioned if the Lakers' small ball lineup struggles, they will struggle in this series. Their most played lineup was Luka, LeBron, Reeves, Finney Smith, and Hachimura. This lineup during the regular season has been dominating. It has a plus 24.2 net rating. In Game 1, they ended up losing their minutes. -5 in the plus-minus category, -14.4 net rating in 10 minutes and 17 seconds to be exact. On top of that, their second most played small ball lineup lost as well. Replaced LeBron with Gabe Vincent in 6 minutes 48 seconds, -3 in the plus-minus for that lineup. And then you got LeBron, Luka, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, and Finney Smith. That was the only small ball lineup that won their minutes, +3 in 6 minutes. Overall, that's just not a winning formula for the Lakers. Simply because the Lakers, with Jackson Hayes, consistently have been losing their minutes with that traditional 5 look. The Lakers' second most played lineup in Game 1 was Austin Reeves, Luka, LeBron, Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes. 100 minutes played throughout the season for this group together, -2.2 net rating. It's not been very successful. Well, it was the same old story in this one. They lost their minutes by a big margin, -12 in the plus-minus category in 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Overall, Minnesota has a huge advantage because Randall and Naz Reid can match up with the Lakers' small ball lineup. They have the ability to defend the perimeter pretty well. So how are the Lakers going to adjust? That's a big question. Because Minnesota's quote-unquote small ball lineup isn't even small. Naz Reid is still a very tall player. Julius Randle, very tall player. And every variation of the quote-unquote small ball lineup won their minutes for Minnesota. Ant Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid, Julius Randle, +6 in 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Mike Conley, Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, +11 in 4 minutes and 43 seconds. That was the main group during that run in the second quarter. Overall, Minnesota bullied the Lakers. JJ Redick after the game stated, "I'm not sure physically we were ready. And when they started playing with a lot of thrust and physicality, we just didn't respond to meet that." Austin Reeves also stated, "I think that they just physically beat us from the get-go." Minnesota punished the poor defense of Austin Reeves and Luka, by the way, pretty consistently. Every 50-50 ball also seemed to go their way. And some stats I want to go over: 44 points in the paint for Minnesota compared to the Lakers' 32. 11 offensive rebounds contributed to that advantage. Oftentimes, the Lakers' rim protection provided no resistance. You could tell they just didn't feel their presence at times because they were more athletic, taller, longer, and not only did they have the physical advantage, but like I said, Minnesota popped off the screen as the more athletic team. And you saw that in this stat. 25 fast break points for them compared to the Lakers' 6 fast break points. I mean, that's game-changing stuff right there. Great defense or misses by the Lakers turned into instant offense. And the Lakers' transition defense was not up to the task, to say the least. And with all that size, length, and athleticism, Minnesota is going to do a bunch of switching. And you saw Luka find the matchups that he enjoys, and he succeeded. 37 points, above 50% from the field. But the big stat for Minnesota is he only had 2 assists on the night. LeBron James only had 2 assists on the night. That tells me they were staying home on drives and they were living with the Lakers succeeding in isolation. And yes, Luka found his rhythm in that a lot of the times, but LeBron James struggled to find matchups he enjoyed, along with Austin Reeves as well. Those two combined shooting 41.9% from the field. That's just not going to cut it, plain and simple. This is a pretty crazy stat. In the paint, the Lakers shot 6 of 16 from the field, 37.5%. Meanwhile, Minnesota cooked in the paint, of course, 68.8% in the paint. The rim protection for Minnesota was just way more impactful. All the Lakers could do is really rely on tough contested jumpers. And just overall in the half-court situation, they were really struggling. 24 of 66, 36.4% for the Lakers in half-court when the defense was set. They struggled against that set defense. And I think this is a game where you look at Anthony Edwards, he shot 36.4% from the field, and you just see growth from him as a player. Even though he couldn't really buy buckets at times, he still had 9 assists. He still had such a great impact on this game. He was a plus 21 on the night. He didn't let the double teams, he didn't let the defense get in his head. I really liked his mindset tonight. If the defense was collapsing on him, cutting off driving lanes, he was trusting his teammates, just making simple reads and sometimes making advanced reads that he didn't make in the past. And I feel like if this was Anthony Edwards from 2 years ago, he would have kept forcing the issue, trying to find his rhythm rather than try to get other guys going off his gravity. And then on top of that, he's playing great elite defense. He's competing on both ends of the floor, rebounding the basketball, 8 rebounds. He showcased that he doesn't just have to score efficiently to make an impact in a basketball game. And then going to the other star, I thought Julius Randle also played a very smart game. He played within his role. He didn't try to do too much. He had turnover issues, but still 16 points, 11 shots, shot 54.5% from the field, 5 assists. He played elite defense throughout the night as well. I thought he was great, and it just shows that Minnesota has found a way to get Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle to buy in. Because my goodness, both of them were locked in tonight despite what was going on, whether they were missing or making a shot. And in the past, both of them really relied on making and missing shots. It would affect them mentally. It would affect them defensively. Tonight, it didn't matter. They made a bad play. They were still competing 110% on the other end of the floor.